Gentlemen, and welcome to Concordia University Chicago and today's Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference baseball doubleheader between the Muskies of Lakeland University and the Cougars of Concordia University Chicago. Let's meet the starting lineup for game one. First for the visiting Muskies. Leading off and playing at second base, number 27, Nathan Emmerling. Batting second is the right fielder, number 4, Jack Banks. Batting third and playing at third base, number 13, Tyler Lamette. The cleanup batter is playing at first base, number 10, Hunter Frisk. Batting fifth is the shortstop, number 24, Zach Keegan. Batting sixth is the designated hitter, number 17, Dylan Penny. Batting seventh and playing in left field, number 9, Kellen Hodges. Batting eighth and doing the catching, number 35, Kewan Harvey. Batting ninth is the center fielder, number 49, Colin Shute. And pitching for the Muskies in game one is right-hander, number 8, Peyton Domingue. And now here's the lineup for the Concordia Chicago Cougars. Leading off is the designated hitter, number 12, Howie Hatton. Batting second and playing in center field, number 19, Eli Hickman. Batting third and doing the catching, number 30, Colton Wallace. The cleanup batter is playing at first base, number 8, Brody Mariotti. Batting fifth is the right fielder, number 17, Gary Maynard. Batting sixth at second base, number 2, Christian Jacobs. Batting seventh, playing at third base, number 52, Tyler Crater. Batting eighth is the shortstop, number 29, Jaime Sandoval. Batting ninth and playing in left field, number 40, Nathan Dewey. And pitching for the Cougars in game one, right-hander, number 24, Chris De La Fuerte. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as we honor America, the men and women of our military, and our first responders with the playing of our national anthem.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to River Forest on the Cougar Sports Network. I'm CJ Sellner. So glad you could join us here for Cougar baseball action against the Lakeland University Muskies. A big NACC matchup on tap today as we play in early spring weather, a chilly day here in River Forest with overcast skies. Set your starting lineup first for the Cougars, who are taking the field as we speak. In your outfield, it'll go Dewey, Hickman, Maynard from left to right. Across the infield, it's Crater, Sandoval, Jacob, and Mariotti. Your battery for the Cougars today, it will be Colton Wallace behind the dish, and your starting pitcher is right-hander Chris Villaforte. The junior comes into today with a 1.54 ERA and a 1-0 record on the season. It's his 6th appearance of the year, first start. He's worked 11 2/3 innings on the hill so far for CUC, allowing 4 hits, 2 runs, with 4 walks and 9 strikeouts. Opponents batting just 103 against him. Let's meet the starting lineup for the Lakeland Muskies. Offensively, they go Hemmerling, Banks, Lamack 1 through 3. Then they go Frisk, Keegan, Penny 4 through 6. Then Hodges, Harvey, Schultz 7 through 9. We'll meet the starting pitcher for Lakeland in just a little bit as we get set for Cougar baseball action on a chilly, overcast day here in River Forest. Lakeland coming into today is 9-6 overall on the year, 1-2 in NACC play. CUC comes in 6-10 overall, 1-3 in the NACC. So a big weekend on tap for Concordia. They need a number of wins in this conference. When you look at it with the addition of St. Norbert coming into this year, there is 24 conference games. That also means there is another team fighting for what is just 6 spots in the conference tournament to be held in Mequon, Wisconsin in May. Ready for baseball action here in just a few moments. It'll be a doubleheader here today for Concordia. They then head on the road to take on Wisconsin Lutheran tomorrow. Please note that that game has actually been moved. The location has moved to the campus of Concordia, Wisconsin tomorrow. Start time still at 12 p.m. First pitch from Mequon. As we get set for baseball, glad you could join us here on the Cougar Sports Network. I'm CJ Sellner along with our fantastic CSN crew and the Hall of Famer Jim Egan on the mic. It will be Nathan Hemmerling to the dish, the second baseman, to lead it off. First pitch comes at 12 o'clock, and it's swung on and popped up into shallow right center. There to make the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out, is Christian Jacob, and we are underway.
12 o'clock straight up, game time temperature 41 degrees.
Quickly went away in the Muskie half of the first.
Right fielder, number 4, Jack Banks.
It'll be Jack Banks, the right fielder. I mean, fans haven't even gotten their hot chocolate and their blankets around them yet, and we already got 1 out in the first. Villaforte has appeared out of the bullpen. Did start before he came to CUC at the junior college level, as he delivers a strike 0-1. 1 out in the Muskie half, a team that comes in 9-6 overall on the year, 1-2 in the NACC. As a breaking pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's quickly 0-2. This Muskie team hits .283 as a group in 15 games. 6 home runs, 5 triples, and 29 doubles. They slug .406, as that one just misses, now 1-2. Team has 19 stolen bases on the season on 25 attempts. So just a touch under 2 stolen base attempts a game. We'll see how that plays in today. Villaforte trying to keep no traffic at all as he gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. A first strikeout of the day for Villaforte. 2 outs in the inning now, and I'll bring up Tyler Lamack.
And the third baseman, number 13, Tyler Lamack.
The third baseman for the Muskies is hitting .435 on the season. It started in every game for the Muskies. Has 2 homers, 7 doubles, and a team high 22 driven in. First pitch from Villaforte is upstairs, 1-0. Always good to have baseball action here in River Forest. As the 1-0 is swung on and missed, Lamack took a healthy hack and came up empty, now 1-1. We'll have CUC softball action on the Cougar Sports Network tomorrow afternoon, hopefully. if the weather cooperates. It's supposed to be a much warmer day here in River Forest tomorrow with the temperatures in the mid-upper 50s. Kick in the 1-1. Missed upstairs. Now 2-1. We'll see what kind of depth that Chris can give this Cougar team today as far as innings pitched. Like I said, he has had starting pitching experience, as that one's in there for a called strike. Count now 2-2, but has not been stretched out much this season. This being a sixth appearance, it had only worked 11 2/3 coming into today. 2-2 the count here to Lamack. The pitch swung on and lifted into left center. Long run, Hickman, but he's there to make the catch, and that will do it for the Muskies in the first. In the inning, the Muskies go out in order. We're through a half inning. Your score, Lakeland nothing. Cougars coming to bat.
In the inning, the Muskies go out in order. We go to the bottom of the first. Muskies nothing. Cougars coming to bat.
Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network. So glad you could join us here for CUC baseball action. Let's meet the defense for the Muskies here today. Across your outfield, to go Hodges, Schutz, and Banks from left to right. Lamack, Keegan, Hemmerling, and Frisk from third to first. Your battery behind the dish, it's Harvey, and it is the right-hander Peyton Dominga on the hill. First pitch is swung on and popped up in foul ground, but it'll drift out of play to Howie Hatton. Meet your batting order for Concordia. It goes Hatton, Hickman, Wallace 1 through 3, Mariotti, Maynard, Jacob 4 through 6, Crater, Sandoval, Dewey 7 through 9. 0-1 the count here to Howie Hatton, who bats .375 on the season. Tops in this order as he takes a called strike on the outside corners, quickly 0-2. The sophomore Peyton Dominga comes in with an ERA of 4.26, a 1-2 overall record on the year. His 4 appearances. This is his fifth appearance of the year, fourth start, as that one's fouled off. Has worked 19 innings, allowing 24 hits, 13 runs, 9 of those earned. Has 6 walks and 17 strikeouts. So just under a strikeout an inning. Opponents batting .293 against him. He'll face a CUC lineup that really looks to get going, especially with runners on base. They've struggled this year in key situations, as that one misses outside, now 1-2. CUC as a team hitting just .252 on the season through 16 games. Slugging .386 and on base of .371. 1-2 the count here to Hatton, kicking the pitch. Swan and grounded softly towards second. Hemmerling's there. He'll pick it up and flip it over to Frisk, and there's one away. With one out in the Cougar half, that brings up Elijah Hickman. Goes by Eli for short. The center fielder hitting .226 on the year, making his 11th start.
Eli Hickman.
Villaforte worked a clean top of the half. Dominga trying to answer. Dominga comes from Thilido, Louisiana, as that one's lined towards short. Fielded on a hop, throw across is in time. That was not an easy play for Keegan. That ball had a lot of English on it, and it was tailing towards his arm side, but was able to make the play for the second out. 2 outs in the inning now, and it'll bring up Colton Wallace, the catcher. Wallace hitting .300 on the season, getting his 12th start of the year. Has kind of settled in as the starting catcher for Concordia, who should be getting Michael Zavoli back here soon as he lifts this one in foul ground on the first base side. Playable, and the catch was able to be made just out of view down in front of the CUC bullpen by Frisk, and that's a tidy 1-2-3 inning for Dominga and the Muskies. In the inning, the Cougars go out in order. We're headed to the second here in River Forest. 0-0 your score.
At the end of 1, no score.
Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network. So glad you could join us here as we play on into the top of the second. 4-5-6 due up for the Muskies. It will be Hunter Frisk due up. The sophomore from California, went to Sierra High School. Junior hitting .348 on the year for Lakeland as he takes a healthy cut and comes up empty, and it's 0-1. Cougars in the all-white pinstripes. New uniforms this year for CUC. Look very sharp with the maroon numbers, gold trim maroon hats today with the block C. Count now 1-1. Lakeland in the powder blues with navy lettering and gold trim. Think retro Brewers uniforms to the powder blue. You could also say St. Louis Cardinals. There's a couple teams that have rocked it throughout history. I'm biased. Nobody rocked it better than Milwaukee, in my opinion, but who's the judge? 2-1 the count here from Villaforte. Kick in the 2-1. Miss, down and away. Now 3-1. Villaforte known for pounding the zone here for Concordia. Just 4 walks on the season, and now 12 2/3 innings of work. Kick in the 3-1. Swung on and missed. Good spot there on the outer third. Count now full at 3-2. Frisk, the leadoff hitter here for Lakeland in the second. Kick in the 3-2. Called strike 3 at the knees. Second strikeout of the day for Villaforte, and there's 1 away in the Lakeland half. That'll bring up Zach Keegan, the shortstop.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 24, Zach Keegan.
Frisk thought that he had a walk, but that was just a perfectly placed pitch at the knees. 1 away for Keegan, the freshman hitting .291 on the year, getting his 15th start as the first pitch misses down for ball 1. Ball and no strikes. As that one misses down again, now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Keegan. Villafuerte works from the first base side of the pitcher's mound, exclusively out of the stretch. Kicking the 2-0. Swung and lifted to right, drifting into foul ground, and Wendell pushed it out of play. Count now 2-1. The flag is stuck around the foul pole, the American flag, in right field here. But wind is blowing across the field. It's going to hurt anything to left and definitely try to keep it in the park. Granted, I wouldn't say it's hard enough today that somebody can't put it out. I think putting one over Division Street might be out of the cards, as this one's lifted into shallow center field. Hickman's there, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. 2 away in the Muskie half. And that will bring up Dylan Penny, the DH.
Designated hitter number 17, Dylan Penny.
Penny, the senior, hitting 143 on the year, getting his third start. He's just 1 for 7 with a run scored. First pitch from Villafuerte is a fastball for a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. We'll most likely see Jack Rector getting the start for CUC in Game 2. The sophomore left-hander, as this one's looped to left, and that'll be in for a base hit. First hit of the day for the Muskies ends the streak of 5 straight sat down by Villafuerte to open the game. I'll extend the inning and bring up Kellen Hodges, the left fielder.
The left fielder, number 9, Kellen Hodges.
The sophomore, hitting .234 on the season, has started in every game this year for Lakeland. Has 11 runs scored and 6 driven in. First time we'll see Villafuerte work with a runner in scoring position. As I think they called that a foul ball. I believe it's strike 1. I can't say I'm positive. The umpire kind of put up his arms. It was in and out of Wallace's glove, as that one's down in the dirt. Count now 1-1. So it was a strike. 1-1 the count with 2 away in the Lakeland half. Runner at first is Penny. As they take a check on the runner, and Penny's back. In this lineup for Lakeland, there's 4 players that have stolen bases on the year. Schutz is one of them in the 9 hole. He's 6 for 6. Hemmerling in the leadoff spot's 4 for 6. Hodges is 2 for 2, as that one misses, now 2-1. And then Zach Keegan is 3 for 3. 2 balls and a strike here from Villafuerte. Kick in the 2-1. Swung and fouled straight back, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the top of the second, Deuces Wild. You might hear in the background CUC lacrosse in action. The men's team playing MSOE today. We do it again here at 2-2. They check on the runner, and it was close. Penny went back in standing up. Cougar dugout made a little bit of a noise, thinking they might have had a chance. First base umpire Jim Nealon called him safe. Time is called by Hodges. Get set for it again here at 2-2. They take a check on the runner again, and it's close again. So you can hear the wind blowing in from left into our field, Mike. Two balls, 2 strikes. It's been a couple close pickoff plays over at first. See if Lakeland wants to put a runner in motion. The 2-2. Just missed off the inside corner. It was close. Just about everybody that had an opportunity to see that pitch up the middle for CUC was making their way off the field. Count runs full now at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Missed down and away, and he lost him. So a base hit and a walk have put 2 aboard for Lakeland here in the second. And it'll bring up Harvey, the catcher. Kawan Harvey, the sophomore, hitting a .143 on the year. This is his 3rd start of the season, 5th appearance overall. He's 1 for 7 at the plate with an RBI. He's walked 3 times and struck out 3 times. Has an opportunity here with Lakeland threatening with 2 on and 2 away in the second. Oh, breaking ball misses down for ball 1. Villaforte having to labor a little bit after working a very quick and tidy 1-2-3 first inning. 1-0 is grounded left side. Tough play on the run. Throw across in time. Nice play by Jaime Sandoval on the run. He had to also avoid a diving attempt by Crater to record the out. In the inning, though, Lakeland picks up no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We're through an inning and a half. Your score, Lakeland nothing, Concordia nothing. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network. So glad you could join us here as we play on into the bottom of the second inning. It will be Brody Mariotti to lead off. Cougars trying to get a base runner here after Dominga worked a clean clean bottom of the first. Mariotti, the senior, hitting .295 on the year, and this will be his 17th contest. He'll take ball 1. Mariotti, Maynard, Jacob due up in the inning for CUC. The 0-0 score here in River Forest on a chilly day. Kick the 1-0. Fastball catches the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-1. Mariotti with home run power leads this team with 3 long balls, tied for the lead with 3 long balls on the season. He's tied with Colton Wallace. Leads the team with 15 driven in. This one swung on and missed as he was laid on a heater. Now 1-2. This middle part of the order is what CUC really is looking to get going when you talk to Coach Colin Connor. You get Mariotti and Maynard going. This lineup becomes very scary as he takes a called strike 3 on a breaking ball for out number 1. First strikeout of the day for Dominga. One out now for Gary Maynard.
The right fielder, number 17, Gary Maynard.
Maynard hitting .250 in his junior campaign. The right fielder has started in now 16 out of 17 contests for CUC as he takes that one for ball one, and the check swing. They double check, and Jim Nealon says he didn't go. .1-0 to Maynard is down in the dirt. Maynard hitting .250 on the season with 2 doubles and a homer and 11 driven in. That homer was the difference in the Game 2 win over St. Norbert on Monday afternoon. And the Cougars are hopeful as he takes that one for a strike. That's what gets Maynard going offensively. The all-region player, you get him going, just like we just talked about with Mariotti. This lineup gets really scary really quick. Kicking the 2-1. Breaking ball misses down and away, now 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Domingo winds and the pitch. Swung and fouled off. Count runs full at 3-2. We talked about the struggles offensively for CUC. You look at the pitching stats so far this season for this Lakeland Muskie team. They pitched to a 4.43 ERA on the year. Opponents batting .294 against this Muskie staff. Wind the 3-2. Ran inside and he walked him. It's close off the inside corner, but a one-out base runner is aboard for CUC. Batter now will be Christian Jacob, the junior second baseman. Jacob hitting .286 on the season, getting his 11th start of the year.
The second baseman, number 2, Christian Jacob.
So batter will be Jacob with one away and Maynard at first. First time we'll see Dominga out of the stretch, and he delivers a pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Domingo, much like Villafuerte, works from the first base side of the pitching rubber. Maynard with a short lead over at first, and he's back with a dive and plenty of time. Ball and no strikes to Jacob. He'll be followed by Crater as this one is check swung foul down the right field line. CUC in their home first base dugout here at CUC Stadium, nicknamed the Thunderdome for the stretch that everything was played here in Concordia between 2012 and call it 2019. It was really the stretch where it was really known as the Thunderdome. Cougars hoping to revive that here and make this a very tough place to play. They check on Maynard one more time, and he's back with a dive. A lot of issues across the conference with weather today, both on the softball and baseball side as they check on Maynard again. A lot of games had to be moved from north to south. There's going to be, I believe, at least two sets of doubleheaders today as that one misses high. Throw down to second is high, but in time as Maynard's out caught stealing 2-4. He had to have gotten a late jump because that throw was in the air a long time. But either way, Harvey throws out Maynard. 2-1 the count as the pitch was up high for a ball. Perfect throwing pitch for Harvey to throw out Maynard. 2-1 is swung on and lifted into right center. Drifting a long way, but there to make the catch is Schultz for the final out of the inning. In the inning for CUC, they get no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We're through to complete here in River Forest. Your score, 0-0. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network. So glad you could join us here for CUC baseball action. An action on a Saturday afternoon between the Cougars and the Muskies.
The center fielder, number 49, Colin Schutz.
It'll be 9-1-2 due up for Lakeland here against Villaforte and the Cougars in the third. Colin Schutz will be the leadoff hitter, the center fielder, and he'll take a first pitch strike from Villaforte. Schutz, the senior, hitting .326 in the 9-hole for Lakeland here today. This is his 15th start of the season, as that one's in the dirt. Now 1-1. As we get a little bit of extra wind gust blowing in, and it picks up at times. Ball and a strike to Schutz. As the 1-1 runs inside, nearly hit him, now 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Kick in the pitch. Swan in line towards second, but Christian Jacobs there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. One away in the Lakeland half of the third. It moves it back to the top of the order, and the second baseman, number 27, Nathan Hemmerling.
Second baseman, number 27, Nathan Hemmerling.
The junior is 0 for 1 in the ball game today, has seen just one pitch. It was a first pitch flyout to begin the ball game. One out here in the Lakeland half of the third. 0-0 pitch is Swan and chopped foul. It's obvious Hemmerling likes to be aggressive early in counts. Villaforte, the junior from Oak Lawn, went to Harold L. Richard High School. Pitches with one out here in the third. As this one is swung on off the handle of the bat. Camping there is Sandoval, and there's quickly two away. Villaforte getting on the hands of Hemmerling there, and there's two away in the inning. That'll bring up Jack Banks, the right fielder.
Right fielder, number 4, Jack Banks.
Banks 0 for 1 in the ball game with a strikeout. Two outs in the Muskie half of inning number 3. First pitch called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1 to Banks. So I was saying earlier, there's a lot of things that got moved around, is the best way to put it, as far as scheduling today. Concordia, Wisconsin hosting MSOE. That one's 0-0 in the top of the third, as that one's a called strike, and it's 0-2. Marion actually moved their game today to a turf complex in Franklin, Wisconsin, so they had to move that game about an hour and a half south, and it didn't cross the border. I don't believe St. Norbert and Dominican are going to play today, as the 0-2 misses off the outside corner. Benedictine and Illinois Tech will get started here at 1 o'clock. They got pushed back because of weather. Don't believe Edgewood and Wisconsin Lutheran are going to get their game in today. Snow and everything, as this one's lined to center. Playable, though, for Hickman, who moves 2 steps back and is there to make the catch for the third out of the inning. In the inning, the Muskies go out in order. Your score after 2.5 here in River Forest. It's Lakeland 0, Concordia 0. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sunner along with our fantastic CSN crew. We play on into the bottom of the third. It will be 7-8-9 due up for the Cougars. It'll be the third baseman, Tyler Crater, leading off. Crater hitting a $174 on the season, getting his 8th start, as a first pitch breaker misses down and away for ball 1. One-0 pitch from Dominga is off the glove of Harvey behind the dish, and it's 2-0. Cougars looking to get something going offensively here in the third. They had a base runner in the second, but a caught stealing ended that threat when Maynard was thrown out. The 2-0. This one a called strike at the knees, and it's 2-1. Mango working quick, the 2-1 misses down, now 3-1. Just 6 walks on the season, now 7 with the one that was issued to Maynard earlier by Peyton Dominga, the sophomore. As this one's grounded towards short, fielded on a few hops. Throw across is in time. Keegan DeFrisk on the putout. Crater ran hard the whole way and made it a closer play than I think most people thought it would be. Either way, 1 out in the inning, and it'll bring up Jaime Sandoval, the shortstop.
Shortstop number 29, Jaime Sandoval.
The junior hitting 156 on the season. His 12th start of the year. He's settled in as the everyday shortstop. Just has such a good glove defensively as he takes a strike. 0-1 the count. No balls and a strike to the Cougar shortstop. As this one swung and lifted into shallow center. It's playable. Shoots is there and makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 away. 2 outs in the Cougar half, and it'll bring up the number 9 hole hitter, left fielder Nathan Dewey.
Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 40, Nathan Dewey.
Dewey hitting 122 in his senior campaign. He's 5 for 41 with 6 runs scored and an RBI as he takes a ball low, and it's 1-0. Ball and no strikes. Kick and the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. Count now 1-1. First of 2 games here in River Forest today between these 2 schools. A couple big ones as you look. Every game's big when it comes to conference. As Dewey was fooled on a breaking ball there, and it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Dewey. This one swung and popped foul, not a play. We'll do it again at 1-2. Dominga trying to face the minimum through 3. Kick in the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Pitch got away from Harvey. Throw down to first is going to be not in time. It's going to be a strikeout pass ball, and we're going to have a runner on first. So that will continue the Cougar half, and it'll bring up Howie Hatton, the DH.
Designated hitter number 12, Howie Hatton.
Hatton 0 for 1 in the ball game with a ground out. Cougars trying to get a little bit of rhythm going offensively. They've had a base runner in the last 2 innings now. First pitch is outside to Hatton, and it's 1-0. Hatton came into today hitting .375 for the CUC team. One of the top hitters also with runners on, hitting .350. Count now 2-0. He's 7 for 20. I believe that math checks out. Yeah, it does. 2-0 as Hatton steps out. He can reach, then we'd go to Hickman. You can see the blankets and everybody trying to keep warm here in River Forest on a chilly spring day, as this one skied onto the right side of the infield. Calling for it and there to make the catch is Hemmerling, the second baseman, and that will do it for Concordia in their half of the third. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left. We're through 3 complete. It's 0-0 here in River Forest. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network, along with our fantastic CSN crew behind the scenes. The Hall of Famer Jim Egan on the PA. Glad you could join us here. It'll be 3-4-5 due up in the fourth for Lakeland. Lamack hitting for the second time in the ball game as he takes a pitch downstairs for ball one. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game so far with a flyout. Kick in the 1-0. Swan and driven to right center. Maynard going back, giving chase, and that ball's out of here. A line drive solo shot for Lamack, and it gives Lakeland a 1-0 lead here in the fourth. Maynard gave chase for a second, then realized how far that one had gone. That was just to the right of where the fence goes up. I don't think that has the height to get out of here if it hits a little bit farther towards center. Lamack delivers with the homer, his third of the season. Just like that, it's 1-0 Lakeland. Better now is Hunter Frisk, as he takes a big cut and comes up empty, and it's 0-1. Strikeout victim his first time up. One of 2 strikeouts so far on the day for Villafuerte. This one swung and popped up. Could be playable in foul ground. Crater is there, and he's there to make the catch for the out. 1 out in the inning now with a run in. And it will be Zach Keegan, the shortstop.
Shortstop number 24, Zach Keegan.
Keegan 0 for 1 in the ball game today with a flyout. Well done by Villafuerte, coming right back and getting the next hitter after giving up that solo bomb as a breaking ball misses up for ball one. Chad Ozzie, the one calling balls and strikes behind the dish for today's game. Janeeling on the bases, they'll flip, and we will have the same crew for game 2. As this one's grounded towards Crater at third, takes a tough hop. There wasn't a whole lot he could do with that as it hit him off the chest as it came off the lip. Runner on first, now with 1 away.
Designated hitter number 17, Dylan Penny.
Batter now is Dylan Penny, the DH. So they take a check on the runner over at first. 1 out in the top of the fourth. Penny with 1 of 3 hits on the day for Lakeland. The biggest one coming in this inning when Lamack homered to right center. This one swung and tailing to right. Turning and watching it go over his head is Maynard. Running all the way from first, coming in to score is Keegan, and it's 2-0. So a double by Penny brings in Keegan. And it's a 2-0 Lakeland lead in the fourth.
Left fielder number 9, Kellen Hodges.
Batter now will be Kellen Hodges, the left fielder. Lakeland threatening for more with Penny on second. Hodges the batter now. First pitch breaker catches the outside corner at the knees, and it's 0-1. That one misses down in the dirt. Now 1-1. Kick in the 1-1. Swan and off the handle of the bat towards short. Crater will cut it off. Throw a strike over to Mariotti at first for the second out of the inning. Hodges retired. Penny to third on the play. 2 outs in the inning now. And it will bring up Kewan Harvey, the catcher.
Kewan Harvey.
Harvey is 0 for 1 in the ball game with the ground out. Left 2 on in his last time up. Lakeland with a couple runs in the inning. First pitch, fastball is a called strike at the belt, and it's 0-1. If you're a Concordia fan, you got to score runs to win the ball game anyway. It's still early in the top of the fourth. CUC team has come from behind a couple times this year. The 0-1 breaker misses up. 1-1. Cougars will have 2-3-4 due up in the bottom of the fourth. Villaforte trying to get it there at a 2-0 score. As this one swung and chopped foul. Count now 1-2 to Harvey. Villaforte's season high in innings pitched came against North Park on March 28th when he worked 4 2/3. As a big swing and a miss, strike 3 ends the Lakeland half. However, in the inning, the Muskies pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There are no errors and 1 left on. We're through 3.5 here in River Forest. Your score, Lakeland 2, Concordia 0. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner along with our fantastic CSN crew behind the scenes. So glad you could join us here for Cougar baseball action. It'll be 2-3-4 due up for Concordia, Hickman, Wallace, Mariotti. Maynard if we get that far in the inning as the Cougars look to get something going offensively in the ballgame. First pitch breaker to Hickman is a called strike. Dominga has been really good so far. If you're a Lakeland Muskie fan, has allowed just 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. There's been just 2 base runners in the ballgame as that breaking ball is chopped foul and it's quickly 0-2. He works fast and has been very efficient with his pitches. Now at 37 pitches in the ballgame, with 23 of those being for strikes. Wind in the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Third strikeout of the ball game for Dominga. 1 out in the Cougar half, and it'll bring up Colton Wallace, the catcher.
Catcher number 30, Colton Wallace.
Wallace 0 for 1 in today's ball game with a flyout. Oh, pitch is swung and hit to left, and that'll be down for a base hit. Wallace with the first hit of the ball game for CUC came on a first pitch. Third base runner of the game for CUC, and it'll turn the lineup to Brody Mariotti, the first baseman. Mariotti 0 for 1 in the ball game with the strikeout. The Cougars try to get some sort of momentum going offensively. First pitch breaker misses off the outside corner for ball 1. Kick in the pitch, Swan and line towards short there to make the catch. Could be trouble, and the Cougars get doubled off. Mariotti hit it on the screws, but right at Keegan, who was able to double off Wallace at first. And that will do it for Concordia in their half of the 4th. In the innings, no runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 4 in River Forest. 2-0 your score.
2-0.
Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner along with our fantastic CSN crew behind the scenes. 9-1-2 due up for Lakeland in the 5th. It'll be Colin Schutz, the center fielder. Villafuerte continuing to work after giving up a pair of runs. One was a solo homer by Tyler Lamack. The other kind of an unfortunate one, a ground ball that was hit to Crater took a terrible hop as this one's bunted. Villafuerte fields his position well and throws it over to first, and there's quickly 1 away. 1 out now, and they'll turn the lineup back over to the top, and Nathan Hemmerling, the junior second baseman.
Number 27, Nathan Hemmerling.
Hemmerling is 0 for 2 in today's ball game, has flown out twice. Villafuerte needing to get another 0 on the board for Concordia. You don't want to fall any further behind as this one's fouled straight back as we get the sun peeking out of the clouds here in River Forest. Well, with an offense that's struggling to get things going, you hope that you can salvage a little bit and keep it a 2-0 deficit. Cougars had a couple balls hit on the screws last inning. You had the hit off the bat of Colton Wallace, and then Mariotti just with a bad luck lined out into a double play to end the inning. 0-1 pitch hit him. Hemmerling aboard for the first time today. One out with a runner on now. It'll bring up Jack Banks, the right fielder. Banks is 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the ballgame. Also flown out once as first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Banks batting with 1 out and a runner on here in the top of the 5th. Lakeland picked up 2 runs last half inning to get us at our current score. In general, though, as that hit and runs on, and that's just foul. That would have been trouble as that hooked down into the Lakeland bullpen. Hemmerling, with some of the best speed on the team, would have had a chance to score from first. Nearly perfectly executed hit and run by the Muskies. But as I was saying, in general, you got to give it to Villafuerte. He's pitched well in his first start of the season. He's given CUC a chance through 4+. If he's able to get through this inning, it would be a season high for the right-hander. Already at a season high in pitches as this one skied into center field. Playable for Hickman, who's there to make the catch, and there's 2 away. With 2 outs now, it will be the big swinger, the third baseman, Tyler Lamack.
Third baseman, number 13, Tyler Lamack.
He's the reason that we got to a Lakeland lead in the first place. Had a solo shot to right center last half inning. Still with a runner on first, now 2 away in the Lakeland half of the 5th. They take a check on the runner, and it's a close one over at first. Hemmerling back with a dive. Hemmerling second on the team with 4 stolen bases. Trails only Schutz, who's also in the lineup today, who hits in the 9-hole. Oh, a pitch from Villafuerte runs outside and misses for a ball, 1-0. Two outs in the Lakeland half of inning number 5. So they take a check on the runner, and this time Hemmerling's back in plenty of time. In now his 6th appearance of the season, this is just the 2nd time that Villafuerte's given up runs at all, as this one swung on and missed. Count now 1-1. You look at his stat line in general. Again, this is being his 6th appearance of the season. Just the 3rd time that he's given up a hit when he's taken the hill for CUC. He's been as effective as they come, which earned him the start today. Is the 1-1. Is swung and roped to right over the head of Maynard, and it'll be off the base of the right field wall. Hemmerling running hard, relay coming in, throw to the plate coming, and it won't be in time. So Lamack continues to have a big day. It's a double off the right field wall. Hemmerling racing around to score, and it's 3-0 Lakeland. Lamack adding on to his team high RBI total, now with 24 on the season. 2 outs with Lamack at second, and that will bring up Hunter Frisk, the first baseman. Frisk 0 for 2 in today's ball game with a strikeout and a flyout. Lakeland adding 1 on after getting 2 in the 4th. Villaforte trying to get through the fifth. Lakeland now with 3 runs on 5 hits. CUC with just 1 hit in the ballgame. Oh, pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. 2 outs in the inning. Frisk the batter. Three nothing. Lakeland leads it here in the fifth. We'll get you some other scores around the conference in just a few moments as that one's fouled away, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Villaforte trying to get CUC to the bat again here in the fifth. Kick and the pitch. Swan spoiled foul. We'll do it again at 0-2. No action in the CUC bullpen, and in essence, rightfully so. It's not that Villaforte's pitched bad. They just don't pitch to Tyler Lemack anymore. That'd be my one suggestion so far. He's been the one that's beat you just so far in the ballgame. Couple looks towards second, kick in the 0-2. Swung on, and this is going to be trouble. Dropping in off the handle of the bat. Lemack running hard the whole way. He'll score, and it's an RBI single for Frisk. 10th RBI of the season for the Lakeland first baseman. Makes it 4-0 Muskies. That's just a bad luck single if you're a Cougar fan. A good pitch from Villaforte. Got in on the hands of Frisk, but he was able to serve it just into shallow center field for the hit. 4-0 Lakeland leads it, and it'll bring up Keegan, the shortstop. Keegan is 1 for 2 in the ball game as he takes a pitch off the inside corner for ball 1. He's 1 for 2 with a flyout and a run scored. Lakeland doubling their lead here in the fifth. They take a check at the runner at first, and Frisk is back with a dive. Villaforte well over his season high in pitches, now at 66 for the ball game. His previous season high came against North Park back on March 28th when he threw 46. As that one is a called strike on the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-1. Ball and a strike from Villaforte. Kicks and the pitch. Swan and fouled out of play, and that'll end up on the tennis courts over the first base side, and it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Keegan. Dylan Penny'd be next if we get that far in the inning. Kick and the 1-2. In the dirt, wild pitch gets away from Wallace, allowing Frisk to advance. Count now 2-2 with a runner in scoring position, 2 away. Lakeland 3 for 7 in the ballgame with runners on. Also 3 for 7 with 2 outs. This time is called. Catching you up on some scores around the conference here today. It's still a 0-0 game in Mequon between Concordia, Wisconsin and MSOE. Marion and Rockford are tied 1-1. As this breaking ball is hit again into shallow center, could be trouble. Hickman coming in, throw coming, and stopping at third. A great stop there by Coach Logan Mann. I think Hickman would have thrown Frisk out easily, but he's held at third. Keegan with the single, advancing to second on the throw. Runners now at second and third, and it'll bring up Dylan Penny, the DH. 7th hit of the ball game for Lakeland. Runners at second and third with 2 away. Lakeland doing a lot of damage here with 2 outs in the inning. First pitch swinging. It's a flare shot to right, and that will be down for a hit. 1 run is in, a second run coming in to score, and the carousel keeps on turning for the Muskies in the 5th, and it's 6-0. So Penny with the single to right field. Keegan and Frisk come in to score. For Penny, those are his first 2 RBIs of the season. 6-0 Lakeland leads it, and Coach Colin Connors out to have a word with his right-hander. Nothing's been hit exceptionally hard in the inning besides the double. Lakeland doing a lot of damage with 2 outs. Actually, all of their damage in this inning has come with 2 outs. As they'll keep Villafuerte out there, as now we see a few players making their way down to the right field bullpen for Concordia. We play on in the bottom of the 5th of a 6-0 game. The batter will be Kellen Hodges, the left fielder.
Number 9, Kellen Hodges.
The sophomore batting with 2 outs and a runner on first. Hodges 0 for 1 in the ball game with a walk. First pitch from Villafuerte in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Kick in the 1-0. Swan in line to right, and this will be down towards the corner and roll all the way to the fence for a hit. Maynard cuts it off. Relay coming in. Runner will be stopped at third. It's a double for Hodges, and the carousel just continues to turn for Lakeland. Muskies with 5 hits in the inning. All their runs being scored with 2 away. They're still threatening for more in the inning. Batter now is Kuwan Harvey. The sophomore catcher to the plate now. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. First pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. You'd have to expect this is the last hitter of the day, regardless of what happens here for Villafuerte. Now at 75 pitches on the day. As that breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Kick in the 0-2. Bounced in the dirt. Good block by Wallace. Now 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Villafuerte with the long look in now gets his sign and readies. Right-hander kicks the 1-2. Breaking ball missed upstairs. Now 2-2. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. It's been a 4-run inning for the Muskies. Kick in the 2-2. Breaking ball popped up. Playable for Mariotti into foul ground. He's there and makes a catch a few feet into foul territory in shallow right field, and that will do it for the Muskies in the inning. In the inning for the Muskies, they pick up 4 runs on 5 hits. There are no errors and 2 left on. We're through 4.5 here in River Forest. Your score, Lakeland 6, Concordia nothing. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network. So glad you could join us here for CUC baseball action as we play on into the bottom of the fifth. It'll be 5-6-7. Maynard, Jacob, Crater due up. Maynard walked in his only plate appearance so far today, but was caught stealing a few pitches later. As the first pitch is a called strike at the belt on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Dominga at 42 pitches, 27 strikes on the day, has been nearly perfect with just the one hit allowed, as that one's fouled off and it's quickly 0-2. Seas tries to stretch into the deeper parts of this ball game for Lakeland. Beginning of a 4-game weekend, which is always tough, as Maynard's able to lay off a breaking ball in the dirt. But a deep start for your pitching staff, especially early on this 4-game weekend, is key. When you got 36 innings of baseball, as Maynard drives this one through the left side for a leadoff base hit. Cougars need base runners in the worst way, and Maynard gave CUC their first one here in the fifth. First one of the inning, I should say. Second hit of the ball game for Concordia, and the batter now will be Christian Jacob, the second baseman. Jacob 0 for 1 in today's ball game with a flyout. He bats with the runner on and nobody out. As this one's hit left side, fielded, could be 2. To second for 1, to first in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, there's 2 outs. And Coach Colin Connor wants to go have a word with Jim Nealon, our field umpire. I thought Jacob had beat that out at first. It was close. But either way, there's going to be 2 outs in the inning. 6-4-3 double play wipes out the leadoff single for Maynard. Coach Colin Connor, I don't think happy with his conversation, but has to live with it. 2 outs in the inning now. It'll bring up Tyler Crater, the third baseman, and he'll take a strike. 0-1. I mean, Dominga's pitch count, because of the second double play of the ball game, is in just impeccable shape here in the fifth. As this one's grounded towards short, he's going to get out of the fifth without even throwing 50 pitches in the ball game. Crater out 6-3 on the play, and that will do it for the Cougars in the fifth. No runs on a hit, no errors, no one left. We're through 5 complete in River Forest. It's 6-0 Lakeland. Back in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner along with our fantastic CSN crew behind the scenes. New arm for Concordia on in relief. It is right-handed senior number 45, Cole Carmen.
Six for the Muskies, center fielder number 49, Colin Schutz.
Carmen, the right-handed fifth-year senior from Littleton, Colorado, coming on in relief of a 6-0 game. First pitch is a called strike, and it's 0-1. He will face 9-1-2 of this Lakeland order. Shoots to lead off. 0-1 the count to him here. I'll get you some stats on Carmen here in just a minute as that breaking ball misses down, now 1-1. Carmen on the season 0-3. This is his first relief appearance. Has a 9 ERA, he's 0-3. His fifth appearance of the season, has thrown 18 innings, allowing 29 hits, 18 runs. As this one is hit to left, could be trouble into the corner, and it's down for extra bases. Shoots around first, he'll cruise into second with a leadoff double, and the hits keep coming for the Muskies. Shoots with his first hit of the day. Puts a leadoff man in scoring position now to the top of the order, Nathan Hemmerling. Hemmerling 0 for 2 in the ball game. Has been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Pitch misses down, and I believe Wallace and Carmen got crossed up on signs there as the Cougar catcher is out to have a word with his right-hander. This is the first of 2 games here today. We'll have Peter Borkowski on the call for game 2 today. One and 0 the count to Hemmerling. Banks on deck. Lemec also due up in the inning if we get that far. 1-0 from Carmen. Did he go? No, as that one missed outside. Count now 2-0. Lakeland was 6 runs on 10 hits. Looking for more here in the 6th, already leading 6-0. Inside move to check on the runner, and Shoots his back with a dive. Carmen with a couple looks towards second, and he'll step off. Wind still blowing, not overly too hard. It's gusting at times. Well, very manageable here today. If the sun came out, it'd be nice and warm, which is expected tomorrow. As that one misses down, now 3-0. We'll have CUC softball action on the Cougar Sports Network beginning at 2 p.m. CUC versus WLC. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to the CUC YouTube channel. You can get updates as Carmen walked Hemmerling on 4 pitches. First 2 batters of the inning reach against Carmen, and it'll bring up Jack Banks, the right fielder.
Right fielder number 4, Jack Banks.
Banks 0 for 3 in the ball game with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Banks, a very dangerous hitter with runners in scoring position. He's 5 for 8 this year, shows bunt and fouls it off. 0-1. So far today, this Lakeland team is 6 for 11 with runners on. For all those that love the OPS, it's 1.144 on the day. If you don't understand OPS, let's just say it's good. Mariotti weigh in at first. They take an inside move to check on Schutz at second. Seniors back with a dive and plenty of time. Bunt still be shown as it's pulled back. I mean, Mariotti's so dangerously close. I mean, he can smell what Banks had for breakfast. Ball and a strike. Banks showing bunt again. Mariotti not crashing as hard this time, a little bit more timid. And it's bunted third base side, a good one. Crater charging, he has to barehand. He'll throw across. It's a strike across the diamond, a successful sacrifice for Banks. Moves 2 into scoring position with 1 away in the 6th.
Third baseman, number 13, Tyler Lamack.
And I think the Cougars are going to intentionally walk Lamack. Can't say I blame him with how he's hit today. So that will bring up Frisk.
First baseman, number 10, Hunter Frisk.
Bases loaded now for Frisk. First pitch misses down and away for ball 1. Middle's at double play depth. Mariotti step onto the cutout over at first. Same with Crater over at third. Frisk is 1 for 3 in the ball game with an RBI and a run scored. Kick in the 1-0 from Carmen. Swung on and chopped foul. Count evens at 1-1. Big situation here. Cougars can't afford to fall any further behind. Already behind 6-0 in game 1 of our doubleheader. Mariotti now moving back on the first base side. Kick the 1-1. Swan and hit through the right side and into right. 1 run is in. A 2nd run is coming in. Throw is going to get cut off. Advancing to third and getting thrown out on the play is Lamack. It's a 2 RBI single for Frisk, now with 3 RBIs in the ball game. Has 12 now on the season, and it's 8-0 Lakeland.
Shortstop, number 24, Zach Keegan.
Hemmerling and Schutz score on the play. Lamack out. Now runner at first with 2 away, and it'll bring up Keegan. Two outs in the Lakeland half of the 6th. 2 runs in. They've scored in each of the last 3 innings. It was Villaforte that got the start for CUC and cruised through the first 3 innings. It was over in a blink of an eye. But Lakeland has come on in a big way the last 3 innings. Oh, pitch miss upstairs for ball 1. Final stat line on Chris Villaforte for the day. He goes 5 innings, gives up 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts through 80 pitches, 54 of those for strikes, both of which are season highs. 1-0 from Carmen, breaking ball called strike, and it's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Kick in the pitch. Good breaking ball there from Carmen, and it's quickly 1-2. Something that the people that were in attendance know, but you'll never know by the stat lines with Cole Carmen, is that game against Johnson and Wales that got rained out in Florida and never will get rescheduled, and it'll just be something that lives on in the memories of people, is the fact that Cole Carmen threw 3 innings in that ball game. Well, it was 2 and change. Had 9 strikeouts. But none of those will get counted to his stat total in that career, and what has been a very good career for Carmen here at Concordia, because the game will never be finished. 1-2 the count here, the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, couldn't get Keegan to chase. Count now evens at 2-2. Lakeland continuing to bat well with runners on. They're 7 for 12 in the ball game today. Kick and the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and that will do it for Lakeland in their half of the 6th. In the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the 7th here in River Forest. Your score, Lakeland 8, Concordia nothing. Back here in River Forest, I'm CJ Sellner along with our fantastic CSN crew behind the scenes. It's 8-9-1 due up for Concordia, trying to spark a comeback here, trailing 8-0 against the Muskies here in the 6th. As the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Sandoval, and it's 0-1. Dominga has worked 5+ innings now, allowing just 2 hits, no runs with a walk and 3 Ks. As that one swung on and missed, and it's quickly 0-2. He just threw pitch number 50 of the ball game. So pitch count is in about as good a shape as you could ask for if you're a Lakeland Muskies fan. As this one's lifted down the right field line, but it'll hook foul into the corner. Dominguez's season high came on the mound. It came when he threw 7 innings against Penn State Altoona. That was in an 11-3 win for Lakeland, in a day that he allowed 3 earned, as that one misses up and in. In conference play, he was part of the loss to Benedictine, where he went 6 1/3, allowing 5 runs, 4 of those earned, as he misses again inside, now 2-2. Sandoval leading off the Cougar half of inning number 6. As this one's lined softly towards third. Tough play in foul ground. Long throw across the diamond is in time. What a play, falling away by Lamack. Have a day, kid. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day if you're TJ Lamack. A double, a homer. You get intentionally walked, and now you make a great defensive play over at third. One out in the inning now. It'll bring up the left fielder, Nathan Dewey. First pitch breaking ball is a called strike, and it's 0-1. Dewey 0 for 1 in the ball game with a strikeout. Anytime the Cougars have had anything going offensively, the two times that they have, it's been double play balls that have plagued the Cougars. The worst of those coming when it was Brody Mariotti up in the fourth. When he lined into a double play, he hit one right on the screws, right at the shortstop as the 0-2 misses. Now 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. Kick and the 1-2 pitch. Way outside. Now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wind and the pitch to Dewey. Swung on and missed. He struck him out with a pitch off the outside corner. 4th strikeout of the day for Dominga. 2 outs in the inning, and we go to the top and Howie Hatton.
Designated hitter number 12, Howie Hatton.
Hatton 0 for 2 in today's ball game with a ground out and a fly out. It's been all Muskies here over the last 3 innings as the first pitch to Hatton misses down for ball 1. So you see with just the 2 hits in the ball game. As the 1-0, Joss misses off the outside corner, now 2-0. Kick in the 2-0 to Hatton. Swung and grounded towards short. Big hop fielded cleanly by Keegan. Throws a strike across the diamond, and that's a tidy 1-2-3 inning for Dominga and the Muskies in the 6th. Cougars go out in order. It's 8-0 Lakeland here, heading to the 7th in River Forest. Back in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner along with our fantastic CSN crew. We play on into the bottom of the 7th inning. Correction, top of the 7th inning. New pitcher on for Concordia is left-hander Chandler Kerr. As he delivers a first pitch strike, he'll face Penny, Hodges, and Harvey in the Lakeland half of the 7th. Kerr making his 6th appearance of the season, pitches to a 7.5 ERA. He's 0-2 as that one misses high and away for ball 1. Kerr has worked 6 innings on the year, allowing 5 hits, 5 runs, with 2 walks and a strikeout. Opponents batting .227 against him. As the 1-1 misses down low. Now 2-1. Penny a perfect 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs on the day and a double. I think only Lamack could have a claim to be having a better day as that one's fouled off. Count now 2-2. Final stat line on Cole Carmen for the day. The right-hander goes 1 inning, allowing 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, with 2 walks and a strikeout. Through 19 pitches, 10 of those were strikes. He gives way to Carmen here in an 8-0 game. As the breaking ball's in the dirt, Penny able to check his swing, and the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the Lakeland half of the 7th. Kick in the 3-2. Missed upstairs, and he walked him. Penny aboard for the 4th time in the ball game. That's the 4th walk issued by CUC pitching today. And it'll bring up left fielder number 9, Callan Hodges. Hodges 1 for 2 with a walk in the ball game. Has a double to his credit and a ground out. Penny the runner on first with nobody away. As that breaker misses down low for ball 1. Ball and no strikes. Kick in the pitch. Swan and skied into right center. Shallow and playable there to make the catch is Gary Maynard for the first out of the inning. With 1 out in the inning now. That will bring up the catcher, Kiwan Harvey. The sophomore is 0 for 3 in today's ball game with a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. First pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. The 1 misses down, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. That one misses outside, now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Penny with his short lead over at first, the 2-1. Swan and popped foul and out of play on the first base side. Count now 2-2. Jack Rector, the left-hander, expected to get the start for CUC in Game 2 today. Still a few outs away from getting there. As that one misses down. Count runs full, 3-2 to Harvey. Wind starting to pick up again. CUC parents always put a flag, the Cougar flag with the CUC block lettering somewhere at the facility where the Cougars are playing. It's down the first base line as the full count pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. Penny to second on the play. Harvey with his first hit of the ball game. And it's 2 on with 1 away for Schutz. A wind picking up, blowing in from left on a chilly day here in River Forest.
Number 49, Colin
Shoots 1 for 3 in the ball game with a double, a ground out, and a fly out. He's also scored a run. Lakeland threatening for more here. Already leading 8-0 with 1 out, as that one is a breaking ball that was bounced in the dirt, got away from Wallace. Wow, pitch will move everybody up 90 feet. They'll put 2 in scoring position now for Shoots. Ball and no strikes. This Muskie team has been absolutely on fire with runners on today. They are 8 for 15. So anytime you're above 500, that's quadrupling what you should be. I mean, it's a team that's come in offensively that has found success this season with runners in scoring position. That one misses, now 2-0. As a group with runners in scoring position, Lakeland hits 383 as a team. They hit 321 with runners on as a whole. Infield in, the 2-0. Grounded back to Kerr. They're going to have a rundown. It goes 1 to 2 to 5. Will they tag him out? Yes, they will. Advancing during the rundown is Shoots. Second out of the inning, so it is a fielder's choice for Shoots. Advancing, we'll just say advancing. Harvey to third on the play. Penny out 1, 2, 5 in the rundown. They'll turn the lineup back over to the top in Nathan Hemmerling. Hemmerling 0 for 2 in the ball game today. Has walked and been hit by a pitch and scored twice. He takes a first pitch breaker for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Kerr trying to work in and out of trouble here in the 7th. There is action down in the CUC bullpen as that breaking ball is well high. Now 1-1. Ball and a strike with 2 outs. Kick in the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by Wallace. Count now 2-1. We'll have game 2 of today's doubleheader approximately 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. Peter Borkowski will be on the call along with our wonderful CSN crew behind the scenes today. As a 2-1 misses down. Jada Carr, your producer. Katie Schrems on camera. Emily Balaban on scoreboard. And playing the tunes here at the stadium. And the Hall of Famer Jim Egan on PA. 3-1 the count here to Hemmerling. Kick in the pitch. Missed down in the dirt, and he walked him. Bases are loaded now with 2 away. Second free pass issued by Kerr in the inning. Bases loaded now. The batter will be Jack Banks, the right fielder.
Right fielder, number 4, Jack Banks.
Banks 0 for 3 in the ball game today with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. He laid down a sacrifice bunt his last time up. First pitch called strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Kerr trying to put up a 0 for the first time on this side for the CUC pitching staff since the 3rd. A 1-1 the count here to Banks, lefty-lefty matchup, and this one's off the hand to Banks and out of play. Count now 0-2. Keep you updated with some scores around the NAC here in just a few moments. It's 4-0 MSOE over Concordia, Wisconsin. That game in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 in Franklin as that one misses down and away for ball 1. Rockford and Marion 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th in Franklin. 0-0 as Edgewood and Wisconsin Lutheran just getting underway in Madison. Actually surprised that one was going to be able to be played today. This is going to be trouble. Soft grounder towards second. Jacob charging, has no play at first. Coming home on the play and getting, the ball's in and out of the glove of Wallace. So it'll be 2 runs into score, and it's a 10-0 game. So it's going to be a base hit for Banks. Hemmerling to third. Schultz scores on the E2. Harvey scores. It's in
Third baseman number 13, Tyler Lamack.
as we get it all figured out. So it's it's 1 RBI for Banks on the play, regardless. As that one misses down. Count now 1-1. Runners at second and third, still with 2 outs. It's a 10-0 game. As that one, is it called strike on the swing? And it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Kick and the pitch. Swan and grounded back to Kerr. He'll field it cleanly on a couple hops. Underhanded over to Mariotti, and that will be the end of the inning. Lakeland picks up 2 more in the 7th. 2 runs on 2 hits. There is an error and 2 left on. New score after 6.5 here in River Forest. Your score, Lakeland 10, Concordia nothing. Back here in River Forest in a 10-0 game. It'll be 2-3-4 due up for Concordia. Eli Hickman to lead off. First pitch, breaker misses for ball 1. Cougars got to score this inning to keep this one going. Dominga trying to go with the distance and end this one early. As this one swung and lifted down the left field line, but it'll drift foul and out of play, and the count moves to 1-1. Another score around the NAC of a game that's just underway. Illinois Tech leads Benedictine 3-0 in the top of the 3rd. That game being played at the Lyle Sports Complex. We're in a 10-0 game here in River Forest as the 1-1 misses outside. Now 2-1. Game that started at high noon here in River Forest It was a pitcher's duel through 3 as Hickman just got hit on the leg. And the Cougars get a leadoff base runner in the 7th. That'll bring up Colton Wallace, the catcher. But it was a 0-0 game after 3. Dominga and Villafuerte were both dealing through the first 3 innings. But then it's been the Lakeland offense that's produced 10 runs on 13 hits over the last 4 innings. And CUC just hasn't had an answer, as that one is over to check on Hickman, and he's back with the dive. Lakeland trying to pick up their 2nd win in conference play. As this one swung on and popped up on the center of the infield. Wind pushing it, calling for it, and making the catch is Frisk, the first baseman. 1 out in the inning now as we get a little gust of wind. Hickman still at first, and the batter will be Brody Mariotti. Mariotti 0 for 2 in the ball game with a strikeout, and then last time he was up, he lined into a 6-3 double play. First pitch is outside to Mariotti, 1-0. It's the 3rd series of the season for Lakeland in NACC play. Last time out, they got swept by Benedictine, as at breaking balls in the dirt. They got swept by a score of 8-7 and 12-3. Their earlier NACC series of the season was against IIT. The first matchup with IIT went 13 innings, 9-8. That game played on the south side of Chicago, as that one is down and away. And Hickman to second. Now 3-0 to Mariotti. But that was a 13-inning affair. They actually didn't get to play the second game of that doubleheader because of that 13-inning marathon game. There's been no rescheduled date. It's a 3-0 count to Mariotti. After Coach Logan Mann wanted to go out and have a word with his right-hander. Dominga has thrown just 60, actually make that 70 pitches on the day. 42 of those for strikes. And they're going to intentionally walk Mariotti after the first 3 pitches were for balls. So it puts Mariotti aboard, and it'll be Gary Maynard now with 1 out in the inning. Maynard is 1 for 1 with a walk in the ball game. Was also caught stealing back in the 3rd. First pitch is in the dirt and gets away from Harvey behind the dish. Runners will advance 90 feet on the wild pitch and puts runners at 2nd and 3rd for Maynard here with 1 away. It was noted earlier, CUC trying to get going offensively with runners in scoring position, hitting just .229 as a group this year. Chance to get that total a little bit higher here for Maynard. 1-0 is down low. Now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to Maynard. Kick in the pitch. Swan grounded towards 3rd. Fielded cleanly by Lemack. His throw across is able to be dug out, and just finding the base in time is the first baseman Frisk. The Cougar dugout didn't think he had found the base. Coach Colin Connor out to have a word with Nealon. Now him and Nelson, or excuse me, Connor and Nealon are still arguing. So it's an RBI ground out for Maynard as the call stands on the field. Mariotti still at second. Hickman scored on the play. It's 10-1. As the first pitch is swung and popped up by the batter, Christian Jacob, and out of play, and it's 0-1. RBI for Gary Maynard is his 12th of the season. Batter is Christian Jacob, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game with a flyout and a ground into a double play. 0-1 breaking ball is lifted into right center. Schutz is there to make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 7th. In the inning for CUC, they pick up a run on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. New score after 7 complete. It's 10-1 Lakeland. Back in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network alongside my fantastic CSN crew behind the scenes. We play on into the top of the 8th of a 10-1 ball game. CUC picking up a run in the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher on for Concordia is right-hander number 36, Sammy Habayeb. Right-handed junior coming in in relief of Kerr. As that one swung and fouled out of play. Count now 1-1. He faces the heart of this Lakeland order, Frisk, Keegan, and Penny. Frisk is 2 for 4 in the ballgame with 3 RBIs. The 1-1. Missed down and away. Now 2-1. Habayeb, making his 3rd appearance on the season, has a 45 ERA. Has worked 1 inning, allowing 1 hit, 5 runs, all of them earned, with 4 walks and a strikeout. As the 2-1 is fouled out of play. Closing the book on Chandler Kerr's outing today. The left-handed junior goes 1 inning, allowing 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, with 2 walks. Through 30 pitches, 14 of those for strikes. As this one's grounded towards second, fielded cleanly. Throw is in plenty of time over to for the out. Frisk retired. The batter now will be Keegan.
Shortstop number 24 is Zach Keegan.
Keegan bats with 1 out in the Lakeland half of the 8th. First pitch swinging, and it's lifted to right, drifting out of play, and it'll be off the chapel for a long strike, and it's 0-1. As the 0-1 misses down and away. Count now 2-1. Two balls and a strike from Habayeb to Keegan. Kick in the pitch. Breaking ball, looped right side, and that'll be through for a base hit. So a one-out base runner for Lakeland in the 8th. Keegan aboard.
Designated hitter number 17, Dylan Penny.
Keegan aboard with 3 hits in the ball game. The batter now will be Dylan Penny, the DH. Penny having a ball game. He's 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, a double, and a walk. First pitch breaking ball from Habayeb misses outside for ball 1. Kick in the pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike. Count now levels at 1-1. One ball, one strike. It's a Penny. Habayeb wants a new set of signs from his catcher Wallace. We'll have game 2 of today's doubleheader, 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. As the pitch misses down in the dirt, now 2-1. Two balls and a strike from Habayeb to Penny. Kick and the pitch. Big breaker in there for a called strike, and the count moves to 2-2. One out in the Lakeland half of the 8th. Lakeland with 10 runs on 14 hits in the ballgame offensively with 8 left on base. CUC with just the 2 hits as Crater picks this one, could be 2, and the throw I think was just missed by Jacob. I think Jacob just missed the throw. So it'll be an E4. I mean, it was a tailor-made double play ball. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Penny. That was just an odd one.
Running at first base for Penny, number 3, Caleb Owings. The batter is left fielder number 9, Kellen Hodges.
So the Cougars in trouble here, runners at the corners. First pitch breaker, it misses for ball 1. We have a pinch runner at first. It'll be Owings, number 3. The sophomore, as that one's a called strike, now 1-1. Still 1 out in the inning with runners at the corners. Kick in the 1-1. That one in there for a called strike at the knees, and it's 1-2. Second error of the ball game for Concordia. Kick in the 1-2. Down and away, now 2-2. Batter is Hodges, who's 1 for 3 in the ball game today with a double and a walk. Kick in the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He tied him up with a pitch low and in. 2 outs in the inning now. And it will bring up Kewan Harvey, the catcher.
Catcher number 35, Kewan Harvey.
Harvey 1 for 4 in the ball game with a run scored and a strikeout. Runner goes as this one swung on and hit through the vacated spot in the infield. A pseudo hit and run as a run comes in to score, and it's 11-1. It's an unearned run charge against Habayeb. Second hit of the game for Harvey. Owings to third on the play. Keegan scores. For Harvey, that's his second RBI of the season. 11-1, Lakeland leads it.
Center fielder number 49, Colin Schutz.
Batter now is Colin Schutz, the center fielder. He's 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a double, and he takes a first pitch breaker for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Another breaker hit towards Crater at third. He'll field it on a couple hops, and he'll toss it across the diamond, and that will do it for Lakeland in their half of the 8th. In the inning for the Muskies, they pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left on. New score after 7.5 here in River Forest. It's Lakeland 11, Concordia 1. Back in River Forest once again. I'm CJ Sunner on the Cougar Sports Network as the first pitch is fouled off by Tyler Crater. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for Concordia. I think we're going to see a couple pinch hitters here in the inning. 10-run game, Lakeland leads it after picking up an unearned run in the 8th as another one is lifted in foul ground. And it's out of play, and it's quickly 0-2 to Crater. Menga continues to pitch, now at 78 pitches on the day, 47 of those for strikes. Again, a situation here, if Lakeland can keep Concordia off the board in the inning, game would be over. As this one by Cratert is lined down the third base line and in for a hit. Cratert has it, trying to stretch it into 2, and he's going to be thrown out. One of those situations trying to do a little bit too much. It's a single, you're down 10. You need every base runner you can get. So it's a single for Crater, out on the play, 7-4. Batter now is Matthew Uba. in a pinch hitter role.
Send the ball, number 6, Matthew Uba.
So Uba to pinch hit. Swings at a first pitch and comes up empty, and it's 0-1. The 0-1, Swan and fouled straight back, and it's quickly 0-2. The Cougars will have another pinch hitter step into the on-deck circle. It's number 10, Michael Kasich, now on deck for Concordia. The 0-2, Swan and fouled out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Uba. Cougars trying to get anything going offensively, even just some momentum going into game 2. Another fouled by Uba. Just any momentum is what you're looking for if you're Concordia. No balls, 2 strikes. Kick in the pitch. Swan, same spot, same result. That's 4 straight foul balls off the bat of Uba. Domingo winds the pitch. Swan fouled straight back. We'll do it again at 0-2. Pitch number 7 in the at-bat coming to Uba. Wind in the 0-2 again. Swung on and missed. Finally got him with a breaker. Uba down on strikes. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for Dominga. 2 outs in the inning, and it's now up to Nathan Dewey. Correction, pinch hitting for Dewey. It'll be Michael Kasich. So the batter will be Michael Kasich here. And he takes a rip at a first pitch and comes up empty, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike to Kasich. As that one misses just off the outside corner. Count evens at 1-1. Reminder, game 2 will be here in River Forest 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. 1-1 is swung on and missed. Cougars down to their final strike. Ball and 2 strikes to Kasich. Kick in the 1-2. Swan and hit well to left, but it's hooked well foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2. Sun coming out again here in River Forest. Hopefully it stays out to warm it up just a little bit here. As Kasich fouls another one off, we'll do it again at 1-2. This by far has been the most pitches that Dominga's thrown in an inning. This one, Swan, and hit foul once again down the left field line. We'll do it again at 1-2. Pitch number 70 of the at-bat coming. Muskie bench trying to cheer on their pitcher as another one is fouled back and out of play. This stretch of Cougar hitters that have gotten the opportunity to appear in this ball game have really put on at least good at-bats in the inning of battling. This will be a new season high of innings pitched for Dominga. This one fouled off again. Will it stay playable? No, it will not, off the netting. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat coming. But for Dominga, it will be a season high on the hill. Besting his season high, which came on March 10th against Penn State Altoona in a win. Not a career high for the sophomore, as this one's grounded towards short, fielded on a couple hops. Throw across the diamond is dug out in plenty of time, and that's your ball game. Lakeland 11-1 winners over Concordia here in game 1 of our doubleheader. Final totals in today's game for Concordia: 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. For Lakeland, 11 runs on 15 hits, no errors, and 10 left on base. Winning pitcher is Dominga, now 2-2. Losing pitcher is Villafuerte, now 1-1, in a game that took 2 hours and 14 minutes. Game 2 will be up in about a half an hour here from River Forest. We'll talk to you then for our fantastic CSN crew. I'm CJ Sellner signing off from this one here in River Forest.